Before we get into this evening's update, just go over a quick synopsis of what to expect. It's going to be a very straightforward update tonight. We need to get into the XRP daily technical analysis, as XRP is flirting with the 38-cent level as it broke over, and now it's been trying to hold that level of support, and we're trying to see at worst if 377 can hold, and we can flip that from resistance to support as we push back up to about the 3995 level towards the top of this falling channel in the short time frame, and see if we can actually break out of a longer time frame descending triangle. And if that's the case, we very well could find ourselves at 40, 42, even up to 45 cents, but we have to see how we break out of this area. Now the Dow Jones, the Nasdaq, and the S&P all had horrible days today. The Dow was down like 540 points. The U.S. dollar currency index skyrocketed up to like 105.40, so we'll have to take a look at that very briefly. But this is about Bitcoin, XRP, the DXY. We're not going to dilly-dally much, but I want to get over the charts, and then we'll go from there. Make sure to hit that like button as I play this intro, as it really does help push me through the analytics, and you have no idea how much it really does help by just hitting that like button. Good evening, 7:07 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Tuesday, March 7th, 2023. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. So as we can see, the U.S. dollar currency index is sitting at 105.615, up 1.27%, or $1.32.2 on the day. That's a huge move today. We suspected that this was going to happen, and we figured we'd push out up to that 106.20 or 15 at worst. And now what we were thinking is starting to happen. Now the interesting thing is this last move right here has pushed us over the 105.30 all in one push. So let's see how this plays out. We're going to look to see if we can hold the 105.303 level. That's going to be our most important thing as we try to eventually push up here and ultimately come to the top of this first layer of the formation, which could very easily get you back around the 110 level, or 109.709. So that's what we're going to be watching here. But what we really need to talk about, as you can see, the Dow was down 574 points today. The S&P was down. I mean, it's kind of where is the S&P? We're going to wait for it to come back across. I don't know if it was 43. I felt like it was more than that when I was watching. Maybe it did settle there. What do I know? So, but that's irrelevant right now. What I want to look at is XRP. And then I also want to look at Bitcoin, because it's been one of those days, like the total crypto market cap has started to fall down. It's at 982 billion. S&P was down 62 points. That's better. Nasdaq's down 145 points. And then the Russell 2000 was down 21 points. I knew that S&P was down more than 0.05 or whatever. It was down 62 points. So the total crypto market cap, just to get a quick glance here, we did fall below this critical resistance level, support resistance. It's a critical trend line of 990 billion. It's a multi-year trend line. We've talked about this for a while. Now we're on the bottom side of it, so we're going to see, are we going to get a rejection here now at about, I like 990, but yeah, I suppose you could say 987 billion because of where we're at on March 7th. But if you get a rejection there, that's how you come down to 940 billion. So we have to watch this very closely, as that looks like a gigantic bear flag is indeed forming and starting to break down here a little bit. Bitcoin's at 22,233, up 34.78 since the flip of the clock at 7. And now you can also see a gigantic bear flag, which seems like it's formed with Bitcoin. We got 20,955 underneath, but I like using this chart right here because this shows you the 21,965 supported hit. And even though it does look a little bearish, Bitcoin is actually above a pretty significant uptrend here at 22,100 roughly. And if it holds that, that could give us the ability to start running back up here. I still don't think 25,104 is off the table, assuming we don't lose this area. Now, if this continues to play out like this, yeah, obviously we're going to come all the way down here if we lose these areas. 21,965, you lose that, you're coming down 1,000. It's a 1,000 point drop immediately. And then it's just, can we hold on there at 20,413, or do we have to come all the way down to this downtrending support, which is a multi-year trend line as well? And now it's down to about 18,295. That's what we're trying to figure out here with Bitcoin, because it doesn't look pretty. XRP and XLM could be the exception of the rule right now, and I'll get into that. XRP with some of the buzz going on because of the, the FUD that comes on into the news all the time, and something I'd like to show when it comes to this. Now we're coming to the top of the falling channel, which we talked about yesterday and today. We figured that's probably what was going to happen this morning. I said we're going to have a lot of upward volatility today because we would contend with 377 and see if that ends up being support or resistance. Right now it looks like it'll be support, and that means we're probably going to run up to that 391 level at the bottom of the falling channel. We can say 388, but we stand firm at 391. And then we're going to see what happens from there, whether we can break the 412 and ultimately come to the 432 double top. And then the top of the pattern, the actual wider pattern up here at 45.5 cents. But that's easier to dissect when we go into the other charts. But you can see there's a little bit of a bullish momentum here. And with what's gone on with the dollar motions being, not allowed into the SEC versus Ripple case, some of the things that are getting pointed out, it makes it look good for Ripple. We'll get a lot of FUD in here, and we'll get a lot of volume. Well, maybe not volume, but we'll get a lot of nice positive price action because, like I've stated, and I'll continue to state, whether it's official or not, the community for XRP is very easily influenced, so it's a nice way to push liquidity into the market. But right now, I still believe XRP and XLM still have a rally within them. Even if they're going to go down farther, it still feels like there's an opportunity to come up for either a rejection up here at around 39 cents or an even further ambition. And we'll go to the XRP USD chart, the other one. Our further ambition to me still seems that it's going to be this play at the top of this descending triangle at 39.4 officially on the first push. And then if we can break that out, we could possibly come up to the actual, or the top of the descending triangle at 44 cents approximately. But the down trending resistance, this first layer is right here at 39.5 cents. And that looks like we could have an ambition to come into that range. And then if we watch it and go to the perpetual futures chart, because we're trying to break this down as easily as we can. We talked about this downtrending support line. That's a major support resistance pivot level to me. Top side of that allows us to try to run because ultimately it'll try to come for a rejection or get on top of the 45.5. As you can see, a lot of confluency between these charts, how they work very synchronous within each other in a synchronized way. And as long as we pay attention to what our charts are telling us, we know what's going on. Right now, we're in a minor bullish move here, and we knew this was going to happen. If you're in my Telegram, we talked about a 5X, just a 5X long with XLM at the 821 level, which it's up a little bit right now, and we have the stop loss in place and yada, yada, yada. But the point of doing this is so you can get used to trading at the 1X speeds. It's not about making money. We had it targeted at an $18 loss on a $500 trade if it would have went awry. That's it. But we're trying to get the speed of the market at 1X. You speed it up 5 times, you have a little bit of stake in the game. Even if you lose a small amount, you're still getting used to the game. Getting used to buying it at 1X. I don't advise you to do it. I'm talking about you can even do it as the simulated trading, so you can get used to the market moving in a faster direction. So that's what we're seeing with XRP and XLM right now is at 8306. It very well could have higher ambitions here because it's been in this. Here, I'll go to the other chart because it's a lot easier to see what I've been working with. It's been in I suppose you could say a descending triangle, but now we're coming up to the top of the pattern, and it's really going to be, do we break down out of this downtrending resistance at 834? And if we do, we might have higher ambitions to come all the way back over at 879 to retest that broken uptrending resistance, and then it's really going to be anybody's guess. So that's what we're looking at here. We're looking to see if this pattern will break out of this downtrending resistance or if this pattern is going to cut it off at 834. That's what I'm paying attention to. And then we have downtrending support down here as we've already had the pattern hit 1, 2, 3, almost 4 times we've hit it 1, 2, 3 about on this downtrending resistance. But this is what I had created before, and it seems to be following it pretty universally. We can come down like that just a little bit. But this is what we're working with, and we're going to see if we have higher ambitions or if this is going to break down. But my key here is we have not retested first the 858 level, which is very, very key. And then also, ultimately, we haven't tested this uptrending resistance that was support. We haven't tested it as resistance. So I'm looking for a move, a volatile one, back up to the 878 level. So that is what I'm seeing. That's what I'm feeling. And then I want to end it with DGB, as we're going to get back to a lot of XRP, XLM, DGB updates going forward, because I feel like I've been neglecting all three. Well, not XRP, but I feel like I've been neglecting XLM and DGB a little bit here. But that's because they've been just stuck in a range, and we've been focused more on XRP because it was more urgent, because of where the price was. So DGB, it's simple. DGB is in between a couple different ranges. It kind of looks like it's got a setup where it could either come down for a quick pull down to the 0094 support, or it could pull up very quickly and get back on top of the 0107. So right now we have 0107 as resistance. We have a 3-tier level right now of resistance 1 and resistance 2 way up here at 0121. We have S1 down here at 0093, S2 at 0087. So we're pretty constricted here with DGB, but it is a very nice range to be in. And then right now you can obviously see the support range is 00989 and the resistance closest is 01053. So this is what I'm paying attention to as we're kind of sandwiched. And we're going to see, because sometimes like this looks like kind of a descending triangle or bear flag that's forming, but it's doing it in a weird way. These sometimes have bullish reversals from the bottom here once we figure out the bottom on the short-term move. So pay very close attention to what we're seeing on the charts. I'm XRP Future Millionaire. If you got anything out of this update, I know it was jam-packed. Quick to the point. Make sure to hit that like button. Share this far and wide. And also consider subscribing to the channel with over 15,600 subscribers. And if you want to trade on the exchanges I do, you can trade on XRP in the USA on 3 different exchanges: UPHOLD, BITGET, and or MEXC. But in the video description below, the only one you don't need and you can do without spot fees on the buy and sell is MEXC. No VPN required in the USA. And that's the only one that if you don't want to do buy or sell fees or the spot fees on the buy and sell, BitGet doesn't have them, but on new users, you're going to have to use a VPN, and I don't advise that. So use MEXC. It's in the video description below and or the pinned comment. And that's how you can find a link to Tom's Army as well. Hashtag be better, do better.